Hi, I'm Sunny Eklund, and this is my audience. 4 days ago, 26 candles were lit in the White House map room by President Obama and his wife to remember the 26 lives that were lost during the Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting 1 year ago that day. In light of this somber anniversary, President Obama decided to readdress his proposed plan for stricter gun law enforcement. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to be talking to you about this controversy of his plan. After many hours of research, I'm really excited to talk to y'all about the controversy of strict gun control laws in the United States, exactly what President Obama's plan entailed, why nearly half of America supported his plan, and why the other half still remains in opposition. First, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about exactly what his plan entailed. According to the official document, Now is the Time from whitehouse.gov, there are 4 main points to his plan. The first one was to close background check loopholes to keep guns out of dangerous hands. In order to do this, he wanted to establish background checks for all gun sales, private and commercial. He also wanted to strengthen the background check system overall. The second point was to ban military-style assault weapons and high-capacity magazines and taking other common-sense steps to reduce gun violence. In order to do this, he wanted to give proper authorities tools to prevent and prosecute gun crimes. He also wanted to end the freeze on violent research and launch a national responsible gun ownership campaign. The third point was to make schools safer. He wanted to put more resource officers and counselors inside the school system to ensure its safety. He also wanted to ensure that every school had a comprehensive emergency management plan. The fourth point was to increase access to mental health services. He wanted to make sure that all young adults and students get necessary treatment for mental health issues. He also wanted to ensure the coverage of mental health treatment. Now that you know exactly what his plan entailed, let's talk about the supporting view party's points. After the tragic mass shootings in Newton, Connecticut, Aurora, Colorado, Oak Creek, Wisconsin, and Tucson, Arizona, more and more people began supporting his plan. According to the CNN article, Pushback on Obama's Plan to Stem Gun Violence, more and more Americans favored armed bodyguards inside school systems. Also, Republicans and Democrats both supported extensive background check process when purchasing guns. Both parties believe that there are too many loopholes in the background check system. Now that you know some of the supporting parties' viewpoints, let's talk about the opposing parties' viewpoints. One of them is that the proposed plan is an attack on the constitutional right to bear arms. Those who felt this way responded by showing an extremely high spike in NRA membership. They also believe that President Obama was not focusing on the safety of children, as he stated earlier, and that he was just trying to get rid of firearms. The NRA is the biggest advocate for this viewpoint. They stated that they would work with Congress to fund what was called real solutions to protecting America's most valuable asset, our children. They also thought that the proposed gun laws would not prevent crime. They would only affect law-abiding gun owners. Florida Senator Marco Rubio was quoted saying, "Nothing the president is proposing would have stopped the massacre at Sandy Hook." Americans generally favor stricter gun laws, but they don't believe that these stricter laws would reduce gun violence. So as you can see, both parties have very strong viewpoints and both have very valid points. Although Congress failed to pass Obama's plan in its last opportunity earlier this year, there was a renewed ban on the manufacturing of plastic firearms. And according to Josh Hicks of the Washington Post, Vice President Joe Biden announced last week that the Obama administration would dedicate $100 million towards mental health services. Thank you all so much for giving me a few minutes of your time to talk about this very important issue. I'm still here.